Hey guys, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. So I found out this video reference that I think it was very interesting. So I decided to make a body mechanic parkour shot. Okay, but before I'm gonna jump into the blocking and everything, I want to study with you the video reference. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna look at this together with you guys and define, because this is kind of interesting to me, is because as a climbing kind of a run cycle, not a run cycle, a jump from the wall, then it's very interesting here for me how it's changing direction and swinging back, study the weight. So I think this part is really cool, and study the body mechanics here, how it's gaining again the speed and the strength to climb back. Okay, so I think this guy is gonna be a really awesome shot to study together. But now, before we dive into the actual 3D, I want to study with you this reference actually frame by frame. Okay, and the reason is because I think one of the big mistake is that junior animator or students, what they do most of the time is basically that everybody usually starts studying from reference, right, from live action reference, and the mistake that people do is they don't study properly. Okay, I don't know if it's because laziness or they don't have the technique, they don't know what they're looking for, but basically I think they don't know exactly which kind of keyframe looking for in a body mechanics shot like this one. Okay, maybe they are looking at the wrong keyframe, the wrong timing, stuff like that. Maybe they don't put enough keyframe, or they don't study enough keyframe pose, and stuff like that. So I want to go do a first pass with this video, right? Okay, guys. And I know it sounds a bit boring, but I'm telling you this part is super important, because if you don't understand actually this properly, okay, then you're gonna mess up your blocking in 3D. Okay, so bear with me, guys, about this. I try to make it interesting and not boring as much as I can. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the work cycle. Okay, the run cycle, sorry, is not very interesting, but I'm gonna go to this part here. Okay, because as you can see here, the overall the weight here is leaning towards this direction. Okay, but right before of the jump, as you can see, the actual weight of the body is actually going to the opposite direction. Actually, let me make the time shorter here. Okay, you see how the spine is going now into the opposite direction. Okay, I think this is something you should study properly. Okay, let me deactivate the ghost. Okay, something you should study definitely here, how the spine going from completely forward to leaning back. Okay, so once I come to a position like this, the next part usually I study is the extreme. Okay, so you see, like here, how we're having the push of the energy. Okay, see this straight line, this is what actually is giving the energy to the jump. Okay, then here when you go to pose it, you can decide how much you wanna push it and stuff like that, or for example how much you wanna stretch your arms and things like that. But another things we shouldn't forget about is this anticipation here. Okay, maybe actually here I wanted to exaggerate a bit more. Okay, having the body coming lower. Okay, so sometimes even when I do reference, I'm already thinking about what kind of pose I wanna exaggerate. Okay, bones going down here and then pushing. You see now how you're feeling it more already. Okay, then the other part here, we can take a look at the other extreme. Okay, so definitely this is another extreme. See how stretching the weight, adjusting the silhouette here of the leg. So basically at the moment what I'm looking for are the extreme, and it's very nice here to study how you see how the leg is gonna go in this direction, but the arm is still staying here, and the head as well is pointing here. But again, once I do the extreme, I try to find out the moment where it's actually gaining the the strength, because in order to climb you cannot just go from one stretch pose to another. You have to find the squash, and I would say it's kind of around this area. Okay, see how the leg is kind of bent here, and maybe here I want to adjust the silhouette of the leg, and again push the spine a bit more. Okay, okay, bending the elbow here and then stretch. Okay, all those things give power. Okay, guys. After I've done the extreme pose, usually I will look for the contact into the hands. Okay, because we're leaving the foot now is grabbing here with his hands. So I'm gonna look for the again for the contact with his arms. Okay, boom. I'm gonna trying to maintain this arc. Okay, maybe separate a little bit the you know, and then here once he has the contact with the hands, what I'm looking for now is the weight shift with the hip. Okay, so I can go to a big extreme here. Okay, okay, so I'm looking for those extreme when the hip is going mostly to the you know to the left. Okay, and again, if I want to do another pass here, I can do a very quick breakdown. Sometimes those breakdown. Okay, even when I do a breakdown, you see this pose is not very interesting to me because of this. I really don't like this position of the leg. So I'm always looking for something a bit more uh, interesting. Okay, so maybe I'll do one here. Okay, but I'm still keeping a little bit more, you know, the leg in the opposite direction. Okay. I'll do very quickly, so that's gonna take too long, guys. And now we reach this part. For me, the other extreme is when the hip is reaching the highest point. Okay, boom. See, it's reaching the highest point of the energy before it started to come down or go to the opposite direction. Okay, boom. See, reach the extreme point, and now when it start, now again, I'm gonna shift to the hand. Look how the hand is reaching the other point. Okay, and it starts slowly to again another beautiful pose. Okay, see how the now there is a big stretch. Okay, boom, and again the other extreme is gonna before he left the other foot, no, sorry, hands, I would say. Okay, so those are important key moment. Okay, I know there is a lot of them, guys, but with such a complicated body mechanic shot, you cannot afford to have very only few um, key poses. Okay, so another one, I say I will go to the extremity now of the hip. Okay, and the reason why I'm switching between extremity of the hip and the hands are that are grabbing, because this is such a complicated movement and things are not really moving together. So when you look for extreme, it's not only about the extreme of the foot contact or stuff like that. Okay, you have to constantly change, you know. And once those are done, then maybe when you go into blocking, you can decide what you wanna do. Okay. So at this point, guys, I move with the blocking. Okay, I already did the run cycle. Okay, I'm not gonna go through one more time because there is already a tutorial about the run cycle on my channel. And the next pose I did is actually the contact. As you can see, at the moment I'm doing only the key poses as we talked about before. Okay, and I'm gonna go through my sketches. Okay, here, as you can see, I did a second pass where actually I drew the breakdown in yellow. Okay, and I'm gonna identify the next keyframe, which is the red one here, and it's also very important because now I need to define the actual contact position of the hands here. Okay, so I'm gonna put another key here. Okay, and first of all I'm gonna make sure the the feet is actually in contact this part here. Okay, I want to make sure that the okay, and there is a bit of okay, a bend, okay, a little bit. Okay, I need to drop it down a little bit. When usually I do on a new poses, okay, I tend to reset always my controller, okay. It helped me to prevent any gimbal lock or stuff like that. It's something I always want to do. I don't like to have any weird rotation or killing any chance to have any weird gimbal. Um, and by the way, guys, there is another tutorial about that that I made to show you how to fix those kind of things. Okay, so the body is gonna be very close. Okay, and it's gonna start to lean towards the other side. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move this controller over here to the side. And having the head kind of leaning forward. I can raise this character here up. Okay, so I'm gonna put this keyframe around here. Okay, so I find a position that is kind of comfortable for me as well. And another thing, guys, I really want to push the this pose and make it really dynamic. Okay, see what I'm always trying, always what I'm looking for is for the pose to look uh, dynamic as much as I can. So that's the always a mistake, you know, like you focus for too long into the perspective view and you don't check your camera angle. Okay. So at the moment I'm not gonna put any details into the finger because first what I want to make sure is that I get the overall flow correct. Okay, because if you spend so much time animating the finger and stuff like that and then it doesn't look very good, um, you know, you just waste time basically. Okay. Okay, so now the part that I'm actually trying to fix is the line of action of the spine. Okay, this is quite tricky. You need to find the right balance between having a little bit of S shape here, but not too much. Okay, and it's also very interesting how it's twisting the spine, you know. And you see how actually the shoulder is kind of overlapping the head. I think this is like always something I enjoy watching, how they kind of somehow, you know, shoulder fill the gaps in the negative space. Okay, let's skip this. Maybe a bit lower. This can lower the character a bit more. Okay, okay. Let's take a look again the main key poses. Okay, we go from running, reaching the ledge here, the stretching pose, compression. Okay, and then we go directly to this one. Okay, to the extreme now. So you're just gonna try to reach. I think it's actually reaching with the anticipation. Okay, boom. Let's reset everything. Let's move the controller for the knees here a bit outside. Okay, so they're not in the way. And let's stretch this pose really as much as we can, guys. Always go back, you know, and take a look at the view. Okay. Okay. Boom. Adjust this one. Okay, I think it's okay. Maybe if you bend the other one a tiny bit. Okay. See, when I have a really nice silhouette here. And again, one more time. And again, one more time. Again, we are checking all the poses. Boom. Okay, guys, now before I move forward, okay, things I want to do at this point, start to add some breakdown. And the reason for that, I want to feel like if the energy is kind of there, or maybe I need to, you know, exaggerate the gap between all those different props, okay? And of course, when you only have those key poses, it's very hard when you're doing body mechanics to see if it's enough. So at some point, you really need to add some breakdown. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is see before the jump, okay, the character is actually going down. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this one, paste it here. Okay, reduce the foot roll and put on the ground. And we're gonna go really lower with the body. Okay, actually, first things I wanna do is to key everything. Okay. Okay, make sure this foot is kind of stays behind a little bit. Okay. And maybe start very slowly to bend the spine forward. Okay. And start to look up. Start to lower the shoulder. Okay. Start to go back. Lower the arm. And of course, when you have an anticipation, this usually you go a bit forward with your body. Okay. And same here, going lower with your arm. Start to go forward here. It's very interesting how this foot is going forward. So the spine is here, still a bit behind. Oh. Okay, started to go forward. And here I still want to have very low. Okay, want to push this. Okay, pushing it right here. Stretching far behind. Okay. Okay. It's very interesting for me how the weight is gonna shift in this direction. See how the weight gonna shift here. What I'm thinking right now, how close I should push the body to the actual wall. Maybe I should go a bit further. Okay. And then push it here. Okay, so basically I've done some of the breakdown. Okay, actually most of it I would say. As you can see, guys, I always try to have like a key every 2 frames, as I taught you in another tutorial. This for me is very important, so I don't let actually the computer doing in the in between. Okay, and just in case I wanna double check and set a key in every every 2 frames one more time. And now we're gonna go to the last part, here for this jump. Okay, so you can see I have a very slow in here. Okay, actually even here it's kinda slowing down this part here, so it's gonna be the same in the anticipation. Okay, so it's gonna go up really slowly, but as you can see from the reference, the body is not moving much. It's actually the arms that are going forward. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna push this. Okay, and we're gonna have the arm start to swing forward. Okay, I can lower down as a contrast the shoulder here. Okay, I mean the elbow. outside. Okay, start to move forward, having those arms start to. Let's always look at the reference. Okay, see how I stage the the elbow and the arms in a way that is gonna visible here, right? And hopla. I think it's time to adjust this foot as well a little bit. Okay. Okay, we can adjust this one as well, bringing it back a tiny bit. It's very interesting actually how um, the the foot roll is actually going to the opposite. Okay, before the actual push. Okay, let's see how the spine is reversing here. Almost into a stretch the hands. Okay. See, they're tilted like this because what they're trying to do is actually, reaching the inner side of the edge. Okay. And I want to adjust the knee here. Okay. I like to have a close gap here. And again, make a bit more visible this one and fix the shoulder, even if it's not visible. I like to keep things clean. Um, I would say. Okay, and then it's gonna stretch to this one, to this part here. Okay. So overall, if we go right from the beginning, I feel more or less we're in a good decent spot. Okay. Of course, there is still a lot to do, but as a first pass, I guess is more than enough for now. Okay, and of course we're gonna continue with the rest of the animation, with the rest of the clip. Okay, guys. So for now, that's all for this first part. So see you next time. As usual, if you have any comment or question, let me know. Ciao.